and this video, I'm making this video to explain what reform and progress is. But before I do that, I want to explain or let you know a little bit about myself. I'm 27 years old. I am married. I have a son and two daughters, twin daughters to be exact. My son is 5, my twins are 2. I am a graduate of Southern University in Baton Rouge with a major in political science and a minor in African American history. Uh, and as I said, I pretty much want to explain what we do here or what we are attempting to do at Reform and Progress. What is reform and progress, you ask? That's a good question. Uh, it's pretty much what it sounds like. Reform meaning to improve uh, the situations and conditions of the African American communities and neighborhoods, and progress meaning advance us or push us forward in a positive and unifying way. I will be outlining a specific plan of nationalism. And when I use that word, and when I say black nationalism, uh, people automatically get uh, kind of tense because, for whatever reason, whenever you have something that's specifically for African Americans or black or Negroes or whatever you want to identify with, uh, people automatically want to deem you as a racist or attempt to denounce uh, what your goals are or what your agendas are, or make them less significant or less important. So I want to pretty much just explain that and explain what we do here. Um, it is a solution-based organization, community development, and as well as nonprofit, volunteerism, um, dealing with homeless, dealing with or working with, shall I say, shelters. But we also, the main objective is to push forward, as I said, or to advocate for us reforming our neighborhoods and communities. I feel like we need to be proactive. It's time for us, especially as African American men and women and leaders, intellectuals, to step up. Uh, I think the time has passed for sit-ins and protesting, as well as rallying. Uh, However, I do believe that any form of unification we can have as far as black people, I will support it. But I disagree that we should just remain or use the same strategy and tactics that we used 65 to 70 years ago, which has been proven to be ineffective. So, as I said, this group is or organization is a solution-based organization. Any viable or reasonable uh, solutions that you may have or that you can offer, you can. I feel like you should either form or create your own, or you should join another. Uh, it's time for us to unify. I can't stress that enough. And I think an issue as of right now to what we're having in the community is if we're not doing it a certain way, or if we're not using a protocol of what he say, she say, uh, then we're not, we don't want to support it, which is counterproductive in what we're trying to do. We want to eradicate the issues that plague our communities. Uh, no matter where you live, no matter what religion you belong to, we all share a common problem, a common issue. Uh, and what confronts our people as a race and as a class, because it's not limited to just a race issue, it's also a class issue, is the power structure of America. The same, whenever you in 2013 have to protest, have to march, have to rally or do sit-ins uh, to ask for quote-unquote freedom or equality or job creation, I think you're in bad shape. This is the same power structure in which oppresses you, and it also profits off your struggles. It profits off your struggles. So it's institutionalized or systematic racism. But that's another topic. Um, for this video, I want to discuss what we can do. I don't want to do the blame game, talking about, white people this or white people that. Let's deal with us, the solutions that we can fix. It's enough. We know what the problems are, and we know what the solutions. We know how to provide solutions. I feel as if the leaders of today are not doing what they should be doing as far as leading. All they do is talk. There's no action. There's no action whatsoever. Um, if you could think about these few points that I'm about to outline. Every other race dictates, contributes to, and organize and unite their own communities, their own neighborhoods. Communities are 2 or 3 neighborhoods combined, and they also control their economic, social, political, as well as educational stats. They control that. Only thing I want to do and want to explain and speak on is black people controlling their own destiny, controlling their own neighborhoods and their own communities. We can do this. I believe that we as a people need to and become more aware of not only the social aspect, but the political aspect, and believing that our vote doesn't matter, believing that our issues are being placed on the back burner, which they are. And I think that is mainly due to we allow politicians every few years come into our churches, come into our jobs, or come to our home and lie to us. They want us to put them first, and every time they get in office, they put us last, and we allow this to happen. And it's time to stop it. It's time for us to stand up. And I want this organization, or anyone who wants to join or commit themselves to this organization, to be passionate about being proactive in pushing us forward. As of 2013, African American spending power will reach, or is projected to reach, $1.1 trillion. Imagine that. Let's break down what that means. That pretty much means that we spend more, or 30% more, than any other race of people. However, we don't own any media outlets, or very little media outlets, which means we can't get or the issues that affect us in a positive way or negative way. We can't get. We are only receiving news from white or Jewish media. That's the truth. That's not racist. That's the truth. That's what it is. And when you have that, you have skewed statistics. You have bias. Every media or every news outlet has a certain bias, whether it's Fox News, whether it's MSNBC, whether it's CNN, whatever. You have to do your own research. We have to re-educate the citizens of our community and the citizens of our neighborhood to think for themselves and not be confined to allowing anyone else to think for us. That is an issue. Or also believing that monetary gains or material prosperity equals wealth, which it doesn't. Our wealth is actually decreasing. That's what I want to change, and we can do it. We have the power to do it, but we have to do it. We cannot allow or wait, procrastinate. It's the difference between waiting and being patient. I think we've done both, and it's time to fight for what we want and create what we want. It's time for us to control everything that comes out of our communities and not allow anyone else to come in and exploit our communities. Anyone to come in to set up businesses and not contribute to our communities. Um, and that's what this organization is intended for. Um, and as I said, unity. We have to have unity. Just because I don't fully agree with what or how or the particular methods that you use in which you unite or in which you try to tackle some of these issues that plagues our people, doesn't mean that I shouldn't support you. One thing we have to get out of in the community is feeling as if either everyone has to agree or everyone has to do their own separate or individual thing. That's selfishness, and we have to relieve ourselves of that. If we can come together, we don't necessarily have to agree on everything, but as long as we can come to a consensual agreement about this is what is needed, which I feel as if with my plans, nationalism, because it has been proven to work, and I'll explain that a little bit later. Uh, but it has been proven to work. I feel as if we as a people can be more respected. For those of you out there who feel as if you need to be accepted by America or the power structure in America, or you feel as if you need to be integrated into uh, America, you have to realize that no matter what religion you are or what uh, religious or spiritual sect you fall into or category you fall into, we face as a people the same problem. And uh, either you're going to assist with that or you are going to be in direct conflict with it. And what I mean by that is, let's say you have a chance to attend school. You come from a neighborhood or a ghetto or whatever that is poverty stricken. You get a scholarship or whatever. You have some form of education. Rather than coming back to your community and sharing what you've learned to produce jobs or produce skillful people to have jobs or create employment or black business in the community, you go and or you attempt to brand yourself or include yourself in the power structure that is America. And what that does is you pretty much make that particular entity more powerful while the neighborhood in which you came from deteriorates from the inside out. Uh, and I think once we learn how to support each other, and like I said, it's not a quick fix, or something that can happen right now, but over time. Uh, it doesn't take 30 years. You want to set yourself up and your kids up and the generation after them. You want to make sure that they don't struggle like we did. Much like the civil rights, they did that in essence, so we would have a chance at life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. While I don't 100% agree with the actions or the lack of execution that Congress or the government made to enforce the civil rights laws, I feel as if we did a lot of things, or we made a lot of sacrifices that didn't benefit us. We integrated, but we weren't taught how to create business. We weren't taught to make our own or create our own, whether it was clothing stores, whether it was grocery stores, whether it was infrastructure, whatever. So I honestly I'm not a segregationist or integrationist. I really don't care one way or the other. I want to see I'm not a racist either. You know, I want to clarify that I'm not a racist. This isn't a personal or personal attack or any sort of vendetta against white people or Jewish people or any other race, but I am strongly against any race of people that oppresses and profits off the struggles of another people. So we want to make sure that that's clear. I want to make sure that that's clear, and I want to make sure that we remain proactive and begin to be proactive to get this message out. Not only to get the message out, but to actually be hands-on and not have a laissez-faire approach to this. Now, as I mentioned earlier, of proof as well as evidence of my solution, which is nationalism, to rid us of the problems that we're facing or that we're confronted with in our communities. We don't spend money, or we don't like to support our own businesses, black businesses, and it's astonishing the excuse that has been used as the reason why. A lot of people, you hear it all the time, a lot of people say, oh, well, black businesses don't have or not organized. So you let the actions of one or two businesses determine your attitude towards the rest. I don't think that's fair, and it's not productive. You know, it's essential that we support our own, just like any other race, does. Just take a look around you. As it pertains to religion, I always use the example of, if whatever religion you are, you serve a God, and the citizens across town who live nicer than you, have better education, have better jobs than you, serve the same God in which you serve. What's the difference between the God in which you serve and the God that they serve? Or they praying differently than what you pray? Or they doing some type of ritual or spiritual seance that you're not doing? I think, and it has been proven, that black people are the most religious and spiritual people on the planet. So what's the difference? What makes your God or their God punish you? Just look around you in some of the churches that in which you attend. If you step outside of the church doors and you look in the neighborhood, you'll see poverty. You'll see a lack of unsafe, unsanitary conditions. But you go on the other side of town and you see everything that you need, all the essentials in which you need to provide a better lifestyle for you and your family, is on the other side of town. Why is that? It's not because you pray any less or you believe any less, or that you are somehow cursed and they're somehow blessed. It's because you don't look out for your own. It has to be a re-education. You have to understand how to create your own. Much like they do. I don't like to compare races. I really don't. But it's time for us to look out for. We support we support almost every business, whether it's Jordan, whether it's a rapper, whether it's anyone that doesn't have the interest or the well-being of our community, of our children, in their plans or in their interest. I feel as if we have to be cognitive. We have to be cognitive of that, and we have to understand that what it all comes down to is what's better for us. When that politician comes in and asks you to vote for him, you have to demand, what is it in it for us? How can we profit from this? Everyone else does this except us. We allow them to come in and lie to us. But to get back to the original topic, in the 1900s, 1906 to be exact, a man by the name of O.W. Gurley, the founder of Greenwood, the neighborhood of Greenwood in Tulsa, Oklahoma, he was a wealthy landowner, And what Greenwood was pretty much the epicenter of black commerce and black business. And it shows that also in North Carolina, in Greensboro, North Carolina, it shows that they were nicknamed the Black Market at that time. And if you haven't heard of this, you should read. You should read and research it. It's very interesting. This shows proof that when we support our own and we have our own, we can do just as much as any other race. Uh, it ended up being burned down by race rioters, but before that, it worked and it was working. So I believe that that's proof, and that's a part of the solution amongst unity and amongst better education that we can use. And if you want, and if you're serious and you want to uh, passionately work with us, we're more than welcome for you to be, and more than excited for you to be a part of us, a part of our team, a part of our organization, and become a member. There's no fee to become a member. There's nothing financially that we gain from it, other than trying to educate and move forward and break the shackles of and the state of what our people are in. So right now, in conclusion, what I want to do is I want to challenge all quote-unquote intellectuals, Tavis Smiley, Cornel West. We want to see what your intentions are. Either create an organization or join one and be proactive in it. Let's get to the solutions. We know what the problems are. Let's push forward. Let's move forward. Any rapper, Jay-Z, T.I., Lil Wayne, any rapper, local or otherwise, any church, especially the black church. This should be the first place in which this message is spread. The black church. We have to, anywhere, any organization that you, if it's not this one, any organization that you want to create or join that can unify us as a people. Let's get started. Let's not wait. We've been waiting long enough. We've been nonviolent, and I'm not advocating for violence or anything such as that. What I'm saying is we've shown that we had the most peaceful and nonviolent protest in American history with the civil rights movement. We've shown we could be. So when they tell you, when you look on the news and tell you that black people are innately more violent, that's untrue. That's false. We've shown that we can be nonviolent. We've shown that we can be peaceful people. Sorry. I am for peace, but I am not for nonviolence. If someone attacks me, I'm going to do everything I can under the Constitution, of which I am awarded to do so, everything that I can to defend myself. So I want to encourage everyone that I mentioned, everyone that's willing to sacrifice and put in the work to get this done, to do it. This is only one of, and the first video that I made representing Reform and Progress. I hope everything that you've heard, that you can learn from it, and everything that I'm saying and explaining is in love and is in encouragement, and I hope that we can grow, and we will. If I have anything to do with it, we will. If you have any questions or concerns for me, you can email me at allforjustice17@gmail.com. The president of the of Reform and Progress is Brandon Parker. You can also email him or contact him at allforjustice17@gmail.com, or you can look me up on Facebook, Brian Goines. I'm always on Facebook. I'm always on a quest to eradicate the goings on of our community. So thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. And hey, let's be encouraged. Let's get this done. No time to waste. Let's be excited about it and let's get to work. And anybody that's not serious or anybody that feels as if you have any other agenda or any other plans other than uprooting what's going on in our communities and getting to work is irrelevant. Point blank, period. You're irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Only thing that matters right now is that we do what we have to do to take care of ourselves, our children, our nieces, our nephews, and the generation that comes behind us. We don't want to leave it the same place in which we found it. We want to make it a better place for us. We can fix this. We're not looking for anyone else to fix it but us. Thank you.